now. Bounce. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. Kill them, kill them, kill them. Drop. Everybody is motherfucker.
Kick on.
Welcome once again to The Kick On. I had the wrong page up. Already fucked it up. Nice.
Turn the microphones up, bro.
Up. Okay, here we go. All the way?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Why not? Okay. Ladies and degenerates, boys and gronks, we welcome you once again to the second greatest show on television. Second best, you may ask? Well, let's face it, no one's topping Ready Steady Cook anytime soon. It's The Kick On, the world's first YouTube show about fast, hard, sometimes cheesy, and sometimes violent music. We cover everything from raw, happy, and hardcore music and everything in between. Whether you're a bug-eyed raver, fist-pumping from the front row, or an oriental gentleman sitting down on the dance floor, at The Kick On, we have you covered. Our first episode back last month was undoubtedly a raging success. I'm told, and I don't mean to brag, but our viewership was easily in the tens of people. But enough about our dizzying rise to fame and fortune. Let's see who else we have in the studio. With me in the studio, the beanie-wearing death metal enthusiast / Orange Army resuscitator, Caleb, aka Cayza.
What's going on?
All right. It was supposed to be an applause, but I just gave you a boom tish.
I did this.
But the boom tish is even better.
Oh, nice.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, just happy to be here.
I'm not on Massive Wars.
I know, but
That's all I'm going to talk about.
Massive Wars. Oh, we'll get to that. We really will.
Yeah. I'm not on it.
So what's been going on with you, Mr. Caleb?
It's been an exciting month since we last conveyed in the Kick On studio.
All the shows are going amazingly.
Yes.
Special props to you and the Losty interview. That was
That Losty interview was fucking mad fun. Like, what an absolutely fascinating character, and one we'll have no doubt again on the show. To like, there's so much we didn't talk about, and like after 2.5 hours, I was like, I'm happy to go for another 2.5, and Luke's like, I've got to go home. I'm like, no one's stopping you.
No, it was good, and it was easily the second best MC you've ever had on this show. So
Yeah.
after D.
Yeah, I was about to say, shout outs to D.
Seriously, let's get Cursor.
And as always, in the producer seat, the face, brain, and boobs of Core Values, my satanic wet dream, Natalie, aka Scatterlie.
Hey, everyone. Yes, well, I've had a bit of trouble getting in tonight.
I heard was there a little car trouble on the way in?
Yeah, so there was a massive pothole and I've blown my back tyre. So
You've had a blowout.
I had a blowout.
Oh, you and Tim Dan should hang out. Oh! Right, okay.
Tim Dan.
It's all right. Tonight is another massive show. I can't wait to show off some of our brand new content. Caleb, what's on the menu tonight?
I don't know. I was reading comments from Luke. We'll be borrowing a leaf out of Trump's playbook and just make shit up with fake news. I do love how he does that.
Yeah?
I'd love to know his thought process.
He actually said, he suggested nuking tornadoes.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't have a scientific bone in that fucking forehead of his.
Hey. You've got a wind tunnel. What's going to fuck that up?
He also said that wind was a finite resource, and the more wind turbines we put up, the less wind we'll have. He said it was a threat to kites everywhere. Anyway.
This month we're going to cover the recent Inner World VR rave, which of course Scatterlie was one of the DJs that played at that, which was really exciting. We're going to talk more about Massive Wars and how I'm not playing at it.
Yeah, I'm just boycotting now.
No Orange Army, no Scatterlie.
Oh, jeez.
And we're gonna scare the shit out of Alfie.
I'm looking forward to that.
After fake news, we've got a really exciting episode of Core Values, which Natalie has put together, and round 2, still smashing it. And that was from Dominator as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited. This time, you're interviewing Ophidian.
Yes, so
Fucking huge.
I'm trying not to be a fangirl, but
Just Ophidian.
yeah.
Yes,
Just Ophidian.
just some guy.
Just this guy, you know. Yeah, and he's coming out with Night Visions, which is like super exciting, and I cannot wait to go to that.
It's
So-
almost like this promo was planned.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't.
It was completely random.
We're also going to delve into the scenes of Underbelly with another classic Tales of the Smoking Area. Hopefully, it's not just Dave falling off a
No.
demo falling.
No, there's no one we would recognise in the Tales from the Smoking Era today, but that's okay. We'll
Is
get
it
to
another
it.
European edition or nah?
It's an American edition, and it involves vaping. That's all I can say.
Here we go.
So just like the relocation of a Houso hoarder, there's a lot to unpack here. Shout outs to everyone tuned in. Make sure you keep those comments rolling in, and we'll stop from time to time to make fun of you. Let's have a look who we've got tuned in. Luke Davids, we will not keep you out of it. Alex Griswold Jump. Matty Parrott, there's a whole lot there, and I can't look at the second screen while still talking. So, just like a Make-A-Wish kid, we don't have a lot of time left, so let's get on with it. It's time for fake news.
I'm making this presentation directly to the American people, with the media present, which is an honor to have you. This morning, because many of our nation's reporters and folks will not tell you the truth. Russia is a ruse. It's all fake news. It's all a ruse. Not true. It's all fake news. Russia is a ruse. Fake. It's all fake news. The news is fake because so much of the news is fake.
That's okay. Welcome once again to Fake News, where the stories are unverified, the sources are made up, and any screenshots may or may have not been photoshopped. I just realised I used last week's script. That's fine. We take a look at what's happening in the world of hardcore, raw style, and happy hardcore. Now, I'm sure you're all aware of the gnomish witch woman, aka Gladys Bin Chicken Berejoklian, and her unfortunately successful attempts to shut down the establishment that is DEFCON 1. Without a venue, the mega festival languished and threatened to fade away into obscurity. Enter Will Distat, aka Muzzfeed. With the people begging for a replacement, Will stepped in and created Inner World. The same music, the same vibe, and the feel of DEFCON without a Gladys in sight.
Fuck you, Gladys.
So for all those who didn't come along, Inner World was basically a virtual reality DEFCON. It was modelled after the Penrith Regatta Centre. It even came complete with police and sniffer dogs.
I can't believe they actually did that.
It was amazing.
And like the intro to this video we're about to watch is hectic.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I managed to join as a skeleton. You can pick your own avatar. We chose a few different avatars. We ran in and we experienced a few hours of the virtual reality Inner World and managed to catch some of Tozza's set and Scatterlie's set as well. So we're gonna have a look at the first person perspective walking through a virtual reality DEFCON called Inner World. Hold on. Yeah.
Banished from our wasted lands to make way for the world's most pretentious picnic. The heroes of the harder styles are forced to take refuge in the sanctuary of virtual reality. Transcending physical forms to muzz in another dimension. The 15th of September, 2019. In VR chat. Welcome to Inner World. My reality.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh man, put it in your pants. Put it in your pants.
Fucking coppers.
This is so good though. Like, look how many there are.
It's an accurate representation. Oh, hello, Officer Dickface.
Oh, by the way, this is our actual voices in the studio.
Yeah.
People can't see us.
I got super excited when I started seeing all the flags and stuff. I was like, oh, it's like real DEFCON.
But like, there is like seriously 7 million cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's down from last year.
I love this bit. I swear they've taken a photo of an actual security guard.
Yeah, that's the security guard that was muzzing at the front of DEFCON. So going on, here's the famous bridge. Welcome to Inner World, and the timetable, which I don't know physics, but there's no fence post. Remember the famous bridge?
Yeah.
I swear it's. Oh, this. Oh.
It got a makeover.
Here we go.
Should we be able to hear like what's going on there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You should turn our microphones down a bit then.
It's just the fucking beginning, motherfucker.
Let's fucking check this out.
Let me just chill in your tent for a sec.
Like black and red.
Give me a tent back.
Put the tent back. Put the tent back. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
Came to the beach to see the bunnies.
This is the zone.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Mosh pit. $300 tickets.
Mosh pad?
Dude, she's got a little VB on her ass, on her belt.
Oh, she does.
Oh, horse, bro. She's prepared.
I'm giving that.
Fucking brought a Bunnings snack pack.
Oh, it's getting a bit smoky here in the VIP tent.
I'm shredding for virtual reality.
Well, these are the shoes, though, right?
Fucking smoky and shit. Fucking tune tosser!
It's just the fucking beginning, motherfucker.
Very hectic. Most hectic track. What the fuck is wrestler? Oh shit! Dude, the wrestler just died.
That's me, man. I'm the wrestler.
Can someone teach me how to hack, please?
Where did I go?
Can you buy drugs in Bitcoin?
Right. Oh, this is where it's at, boys.
This is my dunked in.
The true party. Boy, where's Bunnings bitch? Come on.
Fuck yeah.
We need some snags in the
Fuck
house.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
This is
Fuck
fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Wanted.
Oh.
This is what dreams are made of.
Tune.
Is this Sophie? Is this the real Sophie?
The kicker.
Yeah, so most people would say, "What the fuck?" It was weird.
I have so many questions.
It was so much
amazing.
fun.
So much fun.
You know what? The music was great, but what was the best was just the chat amongst people.
Yeah.
There were-
Can I have a 10-pack?
oh, so many drug references, and not a single strip search, which
No.
I'm really happy about.
I'm really interested to who was the guy that you said
Will?
Will? I
Yeah.
really want to talk to him about how he did all that and put it all together, and I'm pretty fascinated.
Apparently, he's used all like this. It's all this free platforms and programs and things like that. I'm very techie, as you can tell, but yeah, he's used all these free things. He said he's gonna take a month off, and then he's gonna continue doing this and trying to make it more maybe streamline, because there were a few technical difficulties, which is totally fair enough. Like, I think he did an amazing job.
Yeah, like
He's better at VR than I am. So
you know how there were those bits where like everyone was doing that like in the most bogan Aussie voice I've ever heard.
Fuck yeah. It was good. It was good. Basically a rave.
Could you be in there and hear the music though? It seemed like the voices were really loud.
So that's what I found really confusing initially. So we got into the VR chat and we're in the world, but I couldn't hear the music.
So when you say you're in the VR chat, is that when your avatar's
Yeah, that's
there?
when your avatar and you like dance.
Okay.
And also because I'm not like, super techie, I was like, I don't know how to move. Like
It was W.
So, all right, like I'm not a gamer, so I was just like,
Was it W as well if your avatar was a Bunnings sausage tent?
You could design your own.
That was amazing.
Because we went to a hall of avatars and you can pick a lot of pre-made ones, and there's some pretty really good ones. There's all the Simpsons and Family Guy characters and Rick and Morty.
Rick, yeah.
There was just some guy just going, "Give me my pickle." It's great. We actually invited Will Distat, aka Muzzfeed, to be called on the show and
do a phone interview.
He had a simple reply, and that was,
no thanks, have fun.
yeah. So thanks, Muzzfeed, for.
But can we just like give shout outs as well? I was like super impressed when I finally realized that Toza's like avatar was Mo from The Simpsons. I was like, that's fucking sick.
It took me a while. Like, hey.
I just got it.
Yeah.
You reckon if Toza like turned gay, would we call him the Flaming Mo?
Oh God, Jared.
That's all right.
Turned.
Hey! All right. Look, let's and just to cap off that inner world thing. There will be some more. There will be some future parties that he's planning on. Each one will be bigger and better.
Apparently, there are also parties going on already, like that we just don't know about.
Yeah, these VR ones.
Yeah, these VR ones. So
there's a lot of creativity you can do because you can create what you look like. It's I reckon it's the beginning of something.
Yeah.
In a world.
It's really cool.
Anyways, yes.
I was gonna say no because it did kind of suck because my set also got cut off at the end, so we lost the stream. So I was gonna post that on SoundCloud if anyone gave shits.
Yeah, she's renaming her set Foreskin because they just chopped the end off with no regard. Anyway, in other fake news. Massive Wars is back this weekend, breaking hearts and making DJs cry across the state. Every year, Massive elects teams to represent the colours of their chosen genre. Representing hardcore on Team Black is Toza, Diesel, Anderex and Raw Doors. Last year's reigning champions, the Gold Team, will represent Happy Hardcore with Technicore, Weaver, Dave PSI and JTS to make up the numbers. I didn't actually mean JTS made up the numbers. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the other teams because, frankly, who cares? The best part about Massive Wars is the meme game. Everyone does their best to make the other teams look like shit, and we've collected some of the greatest. So I'm going to go through here in alphabetical. It's not in alphabetical order, but first off the ranks.
Before we do that,
yes.
What do you mean about JTS and making up the numbers?
For some reason, I
don't get it. Is there a joke that I'm
There
not
wasn't.
part of?
I ad-libbed the sentence, and it ended up making JTS look shit because I can't read.
Right.
So, speaking of JTS, this is the first off the Massive Meme Wars train. My 2018 resolution was no more blowjobs, but by midnight, I had a cock in my mouth. That was courtesy, I'm pretty sure, of Steve Hill, so well done there.
Steve's meme game this year has been on point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then we've got I think, is this yours, Caleb? This is the official Gold Army kick-on party. I don't know. Is there some inference that we're old? And I say we're, even though I'm not included this year.
Do you know what's really funny is because I made that, and I'm older than half of the team. Because I'm older than Alfie and James. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The next one is for the Black Army. Is this yours as well, Caleb?
Oh, yeah, that's one.
Yeah, so how you can tell if a person from the Black Army has played before you.
Yeah. I actually had to like come in here, turn the decks on and hit the sync button.
To see what it does?
Oh, wow, lights up white. That's pretty disappointing. But
another one featuring, we've got Kamikaze and Sway. Looking for the feels when the Black Army is on. There's a little bit of elbow licking action. That's one of your greatest, Caleb.
No, that's not me.
Oh, no?
No. I think that's this next one's a Steve.
and in classic example of I see what you did there and there, And our final one is another Caleb special.
No, it's not. It's not me.
Oh, this is not you?
No.
Oh, I thought you sent them to me because you were proud.
No, you said send me 5 that are funny, and I'm like, I sent you 5. I didn't even send you the gold one.
Well, Triple Trouble is Steve Hill versus Steve Hill versus Steve Hill. It's the mark of the beast. Sucks, sucks, sucks. That's a New Zealand joke.
Yeah, that's one of my faves so far.
So that's Massive Wars, and look, anyone's entitled to play along, even if you're not involved or not billed like myself. And
and myself,
you can, you're never too old, too young, or too irrelevant to join into Massive Wars.
Do you know what? Yesterday I had the best fun because like I put up about 8, and like. I've got a heap of Victorian friends who have no idea what's going on. and they think we're just having digs at each other, like actual digs, which is absolutely hilarious. But I'm loving this whole not being a part of Massive Wars, but being involved in it because nobody can throw anything back at me. Because any meme anyone makes about me, I'm just like, dude, I'm not even playing.
There's been some particularly savage ones, and I'm not look. I'm not going to go into all of them, but there's been some epic ones. And if you know the backstory, especially the butterfly meme, is this a way to get on lineups? Just look it up. Just look it up.
Moe.
I can only bag out one person once per episode.
I must say, the camera's lost focus on Jared. Yeah, no, that's a good thing. Don't worry about that.
Has it? Oh, it's back. It looks fine.
No, it does some auto adjust. We'll fix it up in the next break. It's fine.
I think Dave's just having a go.
No, it does do that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. You were saying?
I can't remember.
That's fine. Finally on fake news, a local legend Technicore is easily startled. I'm not sure if it's childhood trauma, PTSD, or just living with Toby, but we've managed to compile some of the best ones. So without further autism, enjoy.
Kick on.
Jesus Christ!
The Kick On.
Oh, Alfie, that was classic.
It doesn't seem like a challenge at all
No.
to scare him.
It feels like, and some of them like the bear. It's completely improportionate to the amount of effort gone into scaring him.
What hasn't been filmed is all the times Alfie scares himself. What gets out of bed, looks in the mirror. That's me. It's fine.
That was good. And so, look, I don't know if Alf's watching, but all I can say is I've been speaking to Toby, and we have plans to take it up a notch.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just training my eyebrows.
No,
that was good. That was good. That was quality. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah. So stay tuned because we will take Scaring Alf international. We'll take it. We'll take it to the next level.
It's the best. And to be like completely creepy, I've actually got it saved in my Facebook for when I feel sad. So I can go back to that video and like watch it.
I think.
I love you, Alfie.
I think if we're going to up the ante on the scaring of Alfie, we need to, like, there needs to be a risk of
death.
No, like...
Death!
What the fuck?
Criminal charges.
Yeah, okay. Actually, have you seen that video? I shared it on Facebook a few days ago, and it was the riskiest magician trick of all time. And it was most magicians will will cheat death or have impossible escapes. He goes, I will be handcuffed with a machine that will slowly pull down my pants in front of this group of children with an LA police officer right here to arrest me if I expose myself to these kids. I have 1 minute to escape.
It's just for when like the risk of death isn't enough.
Oh yeah. I am now going to have to register as a sex offender.
Yeah, but like if you just said, listen, if I fuck this up, I die. It's like, we get it. There's a lot on the line. You don't have to put the kids through that kind of torment, bro.
Oh, on the topic of nasty dealings with children, I recently got a job where I have to get a working with children's check. And ever since the Royal Commission, it's going
So
widespread.
They haven't seen the show yet.
They haven't seen the show yet. It's funny because if you join this organisation, you can join at age 17, and you also, as part of the Royal Commission, if you join this organisation, you need to get a working with children's check. So I thought about this. If you're 17 years old, getting a working with children's check, isn't that just a fucking license to play with yourself? Anyway. We've got on to our next subject, our next segment, of course, which is the famous core values. Natalie, tell us a little bit about what to expect this episode of Core Values.
Okay, so got to speak to Ophidian, who I've spoken to before in Sydney, and I've seen him in America and Netherlands and Australia perform, and I am a bit of a fangirl. Just because his music is more of an experience. It's not just music kind of thing. It takes you on a journey kind of thing, and I really look up to him. And yeah, so I just, was just like, I just really want to interview you if that's okay. And I was a bit nervous, but yeah, he seems
really
lovely.
sweet.
Yeah, he's really lovely.
For those about to watch, like they did do the interview right next to basically the black stage, so turn your volume up and listen very carefully.
Yeah, and we needed subtitles.
And also, make sure you watch to the very end of this clip where DJ Ophidian is attacked by one of the bugs that we talked about that infested Dominator 2019. And we have live footage of him being attacked by a European wasp, which has now been made into a GIF and has been submitted to Giphy. And so pretty soon you'll be able to type wasp into the GIF bar and get Ophidian going. So without further autism,
he was doing that.
Without further ado, we will go to Core Values episode 2.
Hi, I'm Scatterlie. I'm from Core Values. We're at Dominator 2019, backstage at the Artist Lounge. We're going to go see if we can talk to some artists.
Everyone's here for Ophidian.
answer because every festival is different. Sometimes I play like Millennium set here, and sometimes like Harmony of Hardcore, I played the main stage. It's like a completely different experience. And the types of tracks I get to play are completely different. So I love playing the new tracks. I also love, obviously, like I have a whole library of older Millennium style tracks. So I get to dig into that today. And I think, you know, it's the variance between them that makes it cool to keep going to it. So I can't really pick out one.
Yeah, okay.
But
Fair
you
enough.
know, yeah.
Your set was amazing, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, do you have any music that you're working on currently? Anything that you can give us a sneak peek about?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of things coming out very soon. I have a 2-track EP on Heresy Records, actually. So this is I haven't said this yet, but here we go. And yeah, it's gonna be a 2-track release. The first track is gonna be a bit like melodic, glitchy, kind of. Yeah, it's definitely a fan thing, kind of, because it has the breaks with the sound design and stuff. So that's for the fans. And the other track has darker elements, trancey elements, and so yeah, it's different. I think there's something for different people in there. And also I have a Meander release coming out on Prospect.
Oh, wow.
That one's going to be completely different. It's kind of following the style I did with my Meander album in 2014. Lots of offbeat kick drums, lots of dark breaks and distorted sounds. So that's not for, like, most people here will probably not really get that one, but I like to keep experimenting and not sticking to one style. And yeah, I've got other new stuff as well, but it's too early to talk about that now. I want to do like more of my own kind of thing as well, more stuff I'm exploring with YouTube, and doing a modern take on the style I did with my last complete album, which was melodic but dark, and then with a modern kind of twist to it. So I can't really say anything about labels or release dates yet. That's really too early because first we have the other two coming out, and then after that we'll see.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait. One other thing, I was just wondering, is there any artist that you really love that people would be surprised by? Is there something that's not sort of hardcore, I guess?
I think most of the stuff I listen to when I'm not working is not hardcore, so it's all different kind of music. I think most stuff would...
I'm leaving that in.
That's alright, Wasps are cool. I just don't like him in my face. Now, yeah, what kind of stuff? Radiohead.
Yeah?
To a lot of Radiohead. System of a Down.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if the album is ever coming or not. What else? Aphex Twin, obviously, but I think that surprises nobody.
Yeah.
Well referenced.
Yeah, okay.
Listen to a lot of 80s music, actually.
Oh, really? Cool.
So, yeah, I don't know. I like all kinds of styles. Anything that's cool. I've been listening to, I did the road trip, driving for a long time. I played a lot of Massive Attack, Portishead.
Oh, okay.
So, Lamb, trip hop kind of stuff. You know, it's all over the map. Whatever I feel like.
Nice. All right, well, thank you so much for your time. That's been amazing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That's 2 from 2.
How good was that?
So anyway, I think I have to go to Netherlands again, and because I don't know how I'm going to back this up.
Look, if there's any Dutch producers / agents out there that want the Natalie treatment on their artists, we're just 2 flights away from being in your hometown.
2 very long flights.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. So look, that was really well done.
Thank you.
And there was
big shout out to Operation Phoenix in the comments section, who's giving you a lot of love there, Natalie.
Oh, thank you.
The only problem is with such 2 good episodes, how are you going to keep up that level of quality?
I don't know. I want to try and steer away from like kind of boring questions and try and be a bit more, you know, like maybe just have a couple of random things
No, it's
happening,
good.
and yeah,
And yeah, we
just
did.
see a different side of them. You know?
And Operation Phoenix, yeah, we did oversell the wasp reaction, but you watched to the end, didn't you?
Just want to give a bit of a shout out to Horseplay, who's coming up on Friday to play at.
Yeah, and
he was also
on Inworld.
Innerworld.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, I didn't get a flyer, but for everyone watching, Friday night, Hard Uprise 3, is it?
Yeah.
And that's at El Topo's basement?
Yeah.
No, it's at Civic Underground.
Civic Underground. See, look, there you go. When you ask the questions, you get the answers.
What an upgrade from Dave. Is it really at Civic?
Yeah, let me fact check. Just give me 2
Mr. PSI, oh, there's a bit of a delay, so we'll have to wait 30 seconds for an answer.
Yeah, I can just sit here and do nothing.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, look, while we're getting some more of that information, I want to give...
Oh, at the Burdekin Hotel.
It's the Burdekin Hotel. There you go.
I think it was a Civic.
Sorry, I don't know. I thought something's at the Civic. Anyway.
Civic was been 170. 170's been Civic.
And we've got Talia coming up as well from
Fuck
Melbourne.
yeah, Talia.
So we've got a little Melbourne crew coming. So it's Horseplay.
Nebula or something?
Nebula, yeah, I think so. And
I feel like I made that up though.
photography.
Yeah. So this Friday night is Hard Uprise 3 at Burdekin Hotel. Be there or be square.
Speaking of Nebula.
Yes.
Nebula's going to do...
No, it's not Nebula.
It's not?
I don't actually know because I can't read his... I'm sorry, but I can't read the...
Regardless, speaking of Nebula, because we did bring Nebula up, he's doing a guest interview on Spun next week.
Oh, wow. Very cool. So the who it actually is, it's Horseplay and Tackers from Victoria.
Okay. I was like,
is it Tackers or Tassers?
I'll
need some
please.
Yeah.
Hey man, this is a show about hardcore. You should be all over this crap.
I don't even know what he played. No. It's all good. No, look.
Tackers. It's Tackers.
Tackers. Is it short for something else? Like
Tack
like
yours.
trackies is short for tracksuit pants?
Knackers. No.
Or maybe it's tobacco, like it's bogan slang.
It's definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. Verified.
So that's what's fun. Look, I was also going to give a quick shout out to Night Visions. We've got Mad Dog coming up. It's basically the Night Visions Weekender coming up. Do you know the dates exactly?
I believe it's the 29th and the 30th.
So 2 weeks from this weekend?
Yeah, so it's the Friday and the Saturday night. So it's with Ignite from Brisbane and Night Visions together. So yeah, it's the 27th and 28th.
Yeah.
Stacked lineup.
So the Saturday night is sold out, and I believe the Friday night is very close.
And there's also the Mad Dog meet and greet as well, where we get to have burgers and hang out with him, which I may have joined, which I'm very excited about.
So yeah, so that's what's coming up, and we've also got, if you are a fan of Ophidian, he's the next big thing from Night Visions, and they are on to final release tickets. So, you know, don't be one of those guys that is begging me for a +1 on the week before.
Hey, do you want to see
Also,
something?
I'm your +1.
Oh no, you're playing. What do we need to see, Caleb?
Hang on. There's been a new Massive Wars meme coming out, which is pretty funny.
Okay, so you'll have to send it to me, and we'll have to talk amongst yourselves while I try and put this up.
I'll send it to you. Just look in the inbox like last time. It's actually pretty funny.
Is it?
Yeah, we're going to watch your face as you first read it.
Okay, look, what I think I do... Holy shit. Okay, look, what I might do is I'll get this one ready for after Tales from the Smoking Area.
All right.
Because you need to be prepared. So after the Tales from the Smoking Area, which again is our look at the seedy, twitchy underbelly of the rave scene, and what happens when the cameras are rolling not pointed at the decks. Tales from the smoking area. It's an institution here at the Kick On. I haven't been able to get.
It's pretty funny. When I first seen someone using those vapes, I actually thought that was a USB stick.
They look and feel like them. So yeah.
Didn't they ban them? I don't know.
I've heard that there's some issues in the States at the moment because someone was having an unregulated THC cartridge, which they then added vitamin E oil to try and strengthen it, and the thing blew up and killed a cunt. And now, obviously...
almost made it the whole show without saying cunt.
Well, now we've said it twice. Natalie, there we go, all three. Over in the audience, can I hear it from the back? Yes. All right, so as promised, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's so wrong.
Is this yours, Caleb? Can I just...
I haven't seen this, so this is going to be...
Steve Hill just put it up 10 minutes ago.
So this is obviously trying to take the piss out of the Gold team, so here we go. Gold Army will do anything for supporters.
No, I can't see it yet. I'm blind.
It could be a girl in leukemia stage 4.
No, that's JTS and me.
Okay.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, we were in the green room and he did it for like a split second and Luke was in the room and he just burst fired the camera.
He's onto it. I do believe there was a previous Black Army version of the same where they all thought, oh, let's get Tim down on his hands and knees. And that became the only photo that made it out of that folder, so...
in completely unrelated news, I'm looking for a new co-host for Unhinged.
Oh.
Yeah, Luke just lost his job.
What do you mean? What?
Good
Are you
times.
serious?
It's called sarcasm, love.
No, okay,
Listen,
sorry.
when that photo was taken, Luke showed it to me and I'm like, delete it. And he's gone, yeah. And I'm like, no, you have to delete it. That's not allowed to get out.
Okay.
You know, I've actually thought, Luke, have you interviewed Luke as a guest before? Like as a proper interviewee?
We sort of tried it. We tried to ad-lib it because it was like when Unhinged first started in the focus group and neither of us knew what we were doing and we were both shitting ourselves good and proper. It was pretty awkward.
Because you know what? There are some people that have got stories.
I don't think I could do the Luke interview.
No. Oh, you'd have to have someone else do the interview.
I'd have to have someone else.
I think
Luke.
you know him better than most, I reckon.
I think that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because he'd tell a story and I'd just be like, yeah, I've heard this already.
I have an idea for a segment. I mean, you often get people that don't want to share for fear of upsetting or dobbing someone in. Wouldn't anonymous interviews be a cool thing? So like a mask plus a voice changer. And or something like that. And they can go to town. They can tell us all the stories they've been too scared to say. What do you reckon?
On this show?
Any show.
Yeah, that all just comes back on me. Like, no one will know who it is, and I'll start getting messages. You fucking tell us who that person is behind the mask. I can't be like, I don't know.
You can even do like a really bad current affair interview where they put him in a shadow and he's like, I've been bludging and smoking weed off Centrelink for the past 14 years.
So you mean just a normal current affair?
Pretty much. Actually, did anyone catch that latest current affair about the
bludger?
Yeah.
And then a current affair made about 8 different posts about it and I'm just like, guys, yeah, we got it. You found a one druggie on fucking Centrelink. Well done.
So I've got some thoughts about that.
Go to Maryborough where I'm from. There's a whole
Well, no, I actually think that he was a manufactured actor, and I have my reasons. If you go back and see the show, I might actually download the episode and put it up later as a clip, but if you see it, he's supposed to be living in this squalid like drug den, but all the rubbish looks like it's just arrived. Like there's no old newspapers. There's like strategically placed, emptied out bottles of shit, and they're all it's neat rubbish. Like,
could you imagine? Like, let's say it's legit. Right? Let's say that's his rubbish. Could you imagine the current affair people being like, now don't clean up. Don't put any rubbish away at all. If anything,
we'll bring some. Well, no, he also talked about his certain drug habits, which was interesting because he's like, yeah, I smoke dope every day. I haven't heard the word dope used by someone under 50. Like, he's been on the dope, hey?
Who's never smoked dope.
and he says, I smoke dope daily and ice once a week. Now I thought to myself, you've got that the wrong way around.
This doesn't add up.
Like, who goes on Tuesday, I've just finished my point, good for a week. They have got the wrong junkie. I'm sorry. And also, like, he didn't really look very junkie-ish. I mean, yes, he was wearing tracksuit pants, but he had, like, bags under his eyes that I swear to fuck were painted on. Like and he had a full set of teeth, and I guess that kind of links back to this ice only once a week, but still terrible junkie. Anyway, he gave the advice. He goes, shape up, mate. He was basically saying, oh, you know, like Centrelink is for people that don't want to work and take drugs. He goes, and you know what, I budget, I pay for my rent, I pay for my food, and then tobacco, and then the rest is drugs. I'm like, you're not a druggo if you've paid rent first. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, that's my beef with a current affair. Fuck you, Tracy Grimshaw, you fucking haggard bitch. That was
Tracy
a
Grimshaw.
very personal.
Bit off topic, but I tend to agree, so I'm not going to stop it.
So, looking down at the comments, Luke Davids, it's his job to capture the moments, and I agree.
Yeah, it's the only job you've got now.
Wow.
I would like to see his outtake folder. What would it take, Luke, Mr. I almost called him Mr. Rogers. I don't know why. Anyway.
Apparently, Luke has an outtake folder that is on Dropbox, which is shared with Steve Hill, it appears. So
I see.
Maybe you could all just ask Steve for all the outtakes.
I would like to see... there should be an album where stuff is only happening in the background.
Yeah,
I reckon that's where the wealth of information is.
Yeah, I know Luke actually when he goes through, before he uploads the photos, he goes through everything in the background and like
make sure.
Luke's photos.
Well, just cut stuff out that maybe doesn't.
There's actually a photo from my year 12 formal. Oh, sorry, my year 11 formal. So we had a year 11 formal because, I don't know, we decided to organise it ourselves. And then we brought a cruise photographer onto the cruise. And I got a photo and there was someone in the background, well, two people in the background and quite drunk. And his hand was down the front of her skirt in the background of my picture. So, pretty funny. The 2000s were a wild time.
There is a photo from one of the rehabs that was done at my nightclub, and the security guard didn't want his face in any of the photos for whatever reason. Doesn't matter why, but in one of the photos he was quite prominently in it, and so you just see this orange security shirt and then no head. Oh, that's great. No, like there's been certain times where I have not supposed to been out on a night, and I will approach the photographer and I'll go, please, no photos. And so I've been edited out of quite a few albums because otherwise you were going to lose your Centrelink payment.
Oh, that or custody. Long story short. Look, again, like a Make-A-Wish child, I think we've run out of time.
We have.
Have we?
We have.
Get out.
Look, it's almost on the hour, and look, we're just like Kurt Nielsen, small packages and disappointed parents.
I'm gonna call it NRMA. Shit.
Yeah, you got to deal with that blowout. Hey, at least you weren't banned from Massive for a week. There's a pass.
Well, yeah.
See you on Saturday.
Was that another Tim Dan joke?
It was.
Yeah. Sorry. I tuned out. This meme on Steve's wall is just getting way too much action.
Oh, really?
I'm not a fan.
Oh, it's...
I feel like this is karma. Remember earlier on in the show when I'm like, I am untouchable.
Well, now that you're a background plot device to make someone else be gay. All right. So that's all we have for the kick on this month. Stay tuned for... Actually, no, don't stay tuned unless you're a Patreon member, which means you'll see, you possibly see nipples. Can't confirm whose they'll be. You can either have ones that you want to see and mine. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, share the fuck out of it, comment.
Can I say what's coming up?
You can say what else is coming up.
Sweet. So next week, of course, is Spun with Stave and Ms. H featuring Nebula. We're going to put some artwork up about that in a second.
Who is not playing at Hard Uprise 3 on the weekend.
Not playing at Hard Uprise 3, Nebula. And we've got Dilly Tech, who's going to kick off the show in October. October's a huge month. We've got 5 shows on. Smack bang in the middle, we're going to do, and this is a bit of an exclusive for no one else knows this yet.
What?
An ESI Unhinged crossover with... who's a... It's so loud in my head.
Sorry.
Who's the DJ coming over for that?
The next CSI.
I've forgotten his name. Anyway,
was it?
No, I don't know.
Okay, I'm not going to guess.
It's big. It's one of the internationals.
Probably Nebula.
But yeah, Dilly Tech's going to kick off the start of October, and it's going to be, that's my birthday show, because I'll be, my birthday's on the 1st.
Aw, we're going to do a happy birthday special.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to get drunk on air.
Do it.
Yeah.
And of course, the kick-on will be on the 3rd Wednesday, I do believe, of the month, which is 4th.
Yeah.
Which is the 23rd of October. So a little bit over a month, and we will be back in all of our sweaty, twitchy glory. If you enjoyed the show, please give it a like, subscribe, share. Fucking I don't care. If you don't care, we don't care.
I feel like there's another line there.
All right, so as always, make sure you kick on and bye.